Hey friends, well, in this video I will be explaining you about how to install an Apache web server. Not only the Apache, I will also explain you how to install a MariaDB server, which is the which is the kind of variant of MySQL and also the PHP. So it's a blend of all the Linux commands. I think this would be helpful for you just to understand the entire bit. So let's quickly start on what we are going to do. So what we are going to do is so let me just quickly type in here. So explanation of I don't know, lamp server. So what do you mean by lamp? Lamp L means it's I'm using Linux OS, and for A means I'm going to install Apache software, Apache web server, and M means it's a MySQL for database or MariaDB for database. P is for PHP. This is for scripting language. No, to execute no dynamic pages actually in the web server. Yeah, so usually in the IT industry, most of the guys they will talk if are you I mean are you using a lamp server, or are you using if you Google here lamp versus uh, LAMP, so that is different. So if you see lamp means Linux, Apache, MariaDB and PHP, and if you see LEMP, it's Linux Nginx. So Apache competitor is Nginx. Okay, so Apache, Nginx, and MariaDB and PHP. So it's LAMP, LAMP, or LEMP. So different companies will be using LAMP, or different companies will be using LEMP, LEMP as well. Okay. So if you see this, Apache has been used by 56.5% people, and let me see comparison of Apache and Nginx. Let me scroll down. So see this overall is 60.5% and Nginx is 20. So Nginx is kind of a little bit in the market, but this is 2014, and Microsoft and other things are there. Cool. So in this demo, we will talk about LAMP. So for first thing, what I'm going to do is I'm just sitting on launch instances, free tier only, and I'm going to choose my operating system. So what is my operating system? My operating system is Linux operating system. Okay, Linux is my operating system. So if you see this, I'm using OS as Amazon Linux 2. That is my operating system, so which I've chosen and selected, and T2 micro. Next, and I'm not gonna do anything here in the user data. I'm just keeping it as empty. I'm hitting on add storage, and I'm gonna keep 8 only, and then hit on next tags, and then I'm gonna give name, and then I'm just making lamp server stack, something like this. And then next configure, and security group, I'm giving my app security group, wherein I'm opening all the 80 ports and 22. Review and launch, and then launch, and then choose an existing launch instances. Now instances is being launched. Okay, let's wait for the instance to come up, and I'm gonna give this lamp stack server. Okay, so that should come up. So that's what. So what we are going to do is I'm going to install so let me open it. So here we have done this one, okay, which we have launched. Now I'm going to install all these three. That is, I'm going to install all these three. Yeah, so let's see what are the commands we are going to implement it, and what are the file permissions we have to change in Linux, and how we can achieve these things, so that we can see it right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna pause the video for now until it's okay. Now it's becoming running. It's okay, good. And let me try to connect it. I'm hitting on connect. Let's connect. Okay, perfect. Okay guys, so what is the first step? The first step is okay, so first step is I'm gonna do sudo su. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing here, sudo su. So now I'm moving from easy Okay, I'm sorry guys. Now if you see this, if you see, I have pressed sudo su, and what happened was I had logged in as a ec2 hyphen user first. Then after I pressed sudo hyphen space su, I switched the user to the root account. So right now I can do anything. Okay. Now the first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this command. I'm going to run this command yum space update hyphen y. So yum space update. Okay. If you don't give y, you know what will happen. If you hit enter, it will try to, okay, there is no package mark for update because everything is up to date, because since we're using Amazon Linux version 2, so all the packages have been pre-installed and it's all up to date with the latest version. Okay, that is one thing. Okay, now what is the next thing? The next command is I'm going to run this command. Okay, so Amazon Linux extras is a repo name, and then I'm going to install, and then hyphen y is just like an yes, and then I'm going to install mariadb php and then the php. Okay, so let me take it. I'll paste these commands for you, don't worry, and then control V. Okay, hit enter. So it's installing php and the mariadb server. So this is done. Okay, now what is the next command is? So next command is you have to install the mariadb server, which is this one. Fourth command is this one. So yum install hyphen y, httpd is for Apache and mariadb is for mariadb server. So control V, enter. Okay, perfect. So now if you want to see the package information, yum info httpd, if you type it, so it will give you what is the httpd version it has been installed. So yum if info is a command. Okay, so it will tell you what is the version, what is the release, what is the size, and whether it is installed or not. Okay, and what is the summary of it. So all those things, it will be there. Okay, and if you want to see yum info mariadb hyphen server, so it will tell you what is the version. Okay, the mariadb server and related files, everything. And if you're kind of confused, I mean, what do you mean by mariadb? Just to understand right now, if you search in mariadb here, in the wiki page here, mariadb is a community developed commercial supported fork of the MySQL. Okay, so it's an open source and it is it is a subset of MySQL. Okay, a relational database. So it's also, so people, I mean, it's equal to MySQL. The parent is MySQL. So if you really want to use MySQL kind of software, you can always go with the mariadb, which is open source. Okay. Okay, cool. So mariadb we have done, and if you want to see which php I'm in for php, you will get it. Okay, so this is fine. So now we have installed. So what are the things we have installed? Okay, let me go back to this page. Yeah, so we have installed php, and php we have installed. Okay, this is the php, and this is the Apache, and this is the mariadb. Okay, and after this what we did was we tried to verify the package version by running these commands. Okay, mariadb hyphen server, and then seventh one is yum info php. So we got some details, yeah, which is good. Now what we are going to do right now is, next one is I want to see whether my httpd, my Apache server is running or not. So if you see web server, I'm sorry. So now what I'll do is systemctl status httpd. Okay, see my Apache server, it is saying inactive, it is dead, it's not active. So in order to make it active, what I'll do is systemctl start. Now systemctl status httpd. Okay, now if you see, the same active inactive status became active running, which means that my Apache server is running, which is good. Okay, now, okay, let me add the command here as well. So I'm in for HP now, systemctl status httpd, then ninth is systemctl start httpd. After that, again, if you want to verify, you can verify systemctl status httpd. Okay, cool. Now what is the next command? So next command is, in case if the server is rebooted and if you want this Apache server, in case if you want the Apache server should come up automatically running. So what that is, for that, for this command is systemctl, okay, enable httpd. So if you run this command, what happens is, even if I do this one, see, if I go here and then if I right click, if I reboot, okay, after reboot also the service should automatically, the Apache http server should automatically come up as active. Okay, in default it will not come. You have to run this command systemctl enable httpd. And also, if you want to make sure that whether it is enabled or not, so is hyphen enabled httpd, and then it will say enabled. Okay, so let me add that also, systemctl enable httpd, and then 12, this systemctl is enabled httpd. Okay, perfect. So these things are all done. Now what is next, Samir? If you want to, okay, now our Apache server is installed. Yeah. Now what is next? So if you have installed Apache server, what happens is you have to go to this location default just to make sure whether this location is created or not. Okay, if you have installed Apache web server, it means that you will have this location var www.html. Okay, and if you want to see the get the public IP of it, you can get it from the command line also, curl space ifconfig.me. If you do this, you'll get the public IP. Okay, and then copy it and then paste it here, control V in the browser. Okay, see, now you got the test page. So what do you mean by this test page is, this page is used to okay, so so this page is used to test the proper operation of the Apache HTTP server after it has been installed. If you can read this page, it means Apache HTTP server installed at this site is working properly. It means this on this Linux machine, your Apache HTTP server is installed successfully and it is running correctly. Okay, that is what. Perfect. Now what is next? Now the next thing is, I have logged in as root. Okay, see, I have logged in as root right now, so I'm gonna type exit now. So now I became ec2-user. Correct. Now if you type ls-ld slash var www, okay, enter. Now if you see, just understand this very clearly. Let me do it again. So ls-ld var www, enter. So if you see, for this particular directory, right, var www, it is a directory and it has read, write, execute, read, execute, read, execute. But this is who is the owner? Root. And who is the group owner is also root. Okay, but for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some changes here. Okay, so what changes I'm going to do is just understand clearly. Yeah, so how do you see this user is belong to what all the groups? Okay, so the command is group, so sorry, groups. If you type groups, then what happens? ec2-user is belong to ec2-user group, adm group, wheel group, systemd-journal group. So how many groups? Let me open in notepad. Okay, so ec2-user is ec2-user is a user who belongs to below groups. So what are the groups? These are all the groups. Okay, now I want to add, okay, now there is, okay, whenever I'm sorry, okay, whenever you install Apache web server, there are a couple of groups would get created, and one of the main group, which is Apache group. Okay, if you see cat etc group here, so there is a group called Apache which is created. Okay, so where were we? So if you see this, so inside this ec2 user, these are all the groups. Okay, so if I run this command cat space slash etc slash group, this is a command, this is a group file where it will tell you what are the list of groups available. Okay. So say for example, this is one of the group called systemd-journal and ec2-user is added. Okay, but for here Apache is there, Apache is one of the group, but no user has been added. So what we are going to do is we are going to add ec2-user. That is, we are going to add ec2-user into Apache group. Okay, so this is the Apache group. Okay, now you will see the difference once we added what are the things you will see. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. Okay, now the command for the for to do this, sudo space usermod. Okay, hyphen a and then hyphen g. Okay, and then Apache and then ec2-user. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a user modification. Okay, I'm adding a user, okay, into a group. Okay, and the user is ec2-user and group is Apache, and then I'm hitting enter. So when you do that, now if you type cat etc group here, now see, earlier when we did Apache, when we did cat etc group, we didn't get anything here, we just got only Apache. But here if you see Apache and then we are getting ec2-user. How? After we executed this command. Okay, after we executed this command, we are able to we were successfully able to add the ec2-user into the Apache group. Okay, so that is also the next one. 13 is done. Okay, this is to add ec2-user into Apache group. Okay, so that's also done. So what is next right now? So next is if you see ls-ld var www enter. Now this var www directory is owned by the root. Okay, now we are going to change the ownership. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to change the ownership of, okay, so we are going to change the ownership. Okay, ownership and also group ownership. If you remember my previous Linux commands, you can easily understand this. Okay, so I'm gonna right now, if you see, we have, I'm just copying this for a demo purpose. See, right now we have this. So what we are going to do is we are going to make like below, like I'm going to make it like this, ec2-user, and then I'm going to make it like Apache here. You understood the difference? So right now it is like this, and I'm going to execute some command, and that command will do like this. So from the root it will become ec2-user will be the owner, and then the group owner will also, from root to, it will become Apache. Okay, so what is the command to do this? So the command is sudo chown change ownership -r response recursively, which means you can do it for all the subdirectories and other folders. Okay, ch-r, then type ec2-user :Apache. If you remember my earlier Linux file permissions, I think I have explained this. So ec2-user is the user, and here it is a group. So you can change in one command, you can change both these things. Okay, now I'm gonna hit enter. Now if you type ls-ld var www, so now see, from here this became like this. So this is what we wanted. Okay, so this is also done. Now the next one is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure whether all the things are installed correctly or not. For that, sudo space yum list installed httpd. Okay, so httpd is Apache, it is installed. Now sudo yum list installed mariadb-server. Okay, that is also done. Okay, now sudo yum list installed php-mysqld. Okay, that is also done. So the entire OS is Linux, and then we have installed Apache HTTPD A, and then M is for MariaDB or MySQL, that is also done, and PHP is for P. So LAMP service is done. So now what we are going to do is curl if config.me again. So just to make sure, so this is copy. So Apache web server is also working fine. Okay, and if you want to see whether PHP is working fine or not, what you can do is you can execute this command here. So this will create some pages in the HTML folder php.info.php. Okay, so what you can do is here slash php info.php. If you hit enter, so if you get this page, okay, if you get this page, it means that your PHP is working correctly. Okay, so this will give you what is a PHP version. PHP is nothing but it's a scripting language to understand to to get the dynamic page from the HTTP or from the HTTPD server. Yeah. So that's all for today, guys. So we have successfully installed a LAMP server. We have successfully configured the LAMP server, but we have a lot of other things to be covered. We will talk about in the next session. So just to understand, you should not be, you should not be aware of, okay, what is LAMP server? So LAMP server is nothing but, as I've said, LAMP is nothing but Linux OS. We have Apache web server installed, M for MySQL for database or MariaDB for database, and PHP is for scripting language. Okay, so we have successfully installed it and I have shown to you. Yeah, so you guys follow the same. I will give the command, all these command in the description. Yeah, thank you.